I have a sister-in-law that's 13 weeks pregnant right now, and you can see her little baby bump and everything else. They're saying, well, you can still kill that kid.
Did you hear about in California, some lawmaker is
wants to make it that you can kill kids after 7 days of birth.
Yeah.
Well, so
Kinda
one
weird.
lawmaker comes out with once you have your child, like Governor Northam said, you can have a conversation with your doctor. If you don't want it, we'll put it out of its misery.
What?
Out of its
And
misery.
then another
Out of his misery.
another lawmaker said, well, they're writing the bill now, up to 7 days. So you could have your kid for 7 days and then decide you don't want it?
Unbelievable.
Isn't that insane?
Well,
Dude.
these people are worse than Nazis. I mean, it's sickening. I don't know. They all need to be. Anybody that commits a vile act like that.
They call that birth control, by the way.
Yeah.
Democrats do.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Well,
crazy?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's murder, is what
And I
it is.
mean,
what it is.
and we
It's
talked
murder.
about Bill Gates' depopulation agenda earlier. And wouldn't it be perfect if you can just convince all the Western teenagers that killing your own child is a woman's right? Wouldn't that just, have them do the work for you? Oh, hey, I'm a woman. I'm independent. This is my own bodily autonomy. I wanna have sex like a wild animal and then kill my kid after. Perfect.
these are the
Because it messes with your fertility going forward.
These are the same
Right.
people that think we belong in concentration camps because we supported Trump.
Yeah. That's exactly.
They would like to have us
They'd love to lock you up.
euthanized.
That's
course.
exactly right. Yeah.
The only problem is
to
they
have
don't
us
have any guns or know how to use guns.
Yeah. Well, the thing about a liberal, and I found this true because I've been a conservative my whole life, is you can never, ever, ever make a liberal happy.
No.
Because if you give them everything,
Because they're miserable.
Yeah, that's exactly right. If
They want
give
you to
them
be
everything-
miserable too.
That's exactly right. They'll always be miserable.
Yes.
You can never appease them. So the only thing that you can do, and I learned this from my hero Ronald Reagan. The only thing you can do is defeat them and keep them as far away from power as possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
what it is they hate themselves. They don't just hate you; they hate themselves. And nothing you're gonna do is gonna make them like
that's
themselves.
the thing, Jeff. So with us, I don't know what your take on this, but for Christians, what our philosophy goes down to it is if you don't have Jesus Christ in your life, you're never gonna be fulfilled. Right? You can take all the rights you want to. You can have universal health care.
Yeah.
You can have abortion on demand, all the transgender surgeries you want. You're still gonna be, oh man, this sucks. I hate this
Except for
country.
me, I'm an anomaly though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's their battle.
I don't mean to preach here,
No,
but that's just our philosophy.
But that is their battle. Their battle is running from God. Running. Yeah, and there are people that they're just miserable inside, and you can never appease them. So I learned that a long time ago. Don't even try.
Misery loves company.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
So they want us to be miserable too.
Yeah.
They just can't keep it to themselves.
that's it.
Man. So
We have CRT in our schools.
Right.
We have pornography in our libraries. I mean, in our school libraries, literal. All boys aren't blue. Have you ever? I've taken a look at that book. You can't even believe it. These people, they need to be freaking run out of the complete school system. Anybody that advocates for that type of thing has no business whatsoever teaching children.
yeah, I seen a mother try to read some of these porn books to the school board at one meeting,
got thrown
and
out.
they couldn't. They're like, please stop.
They
The
threw her
content
out,
is
I
too
think.
much. But yet they
Right.
read it to kids in school.
Right.
There's a book on or some of the pages in one of these books for third graders is how to masturbate.
Yeah.
With visual drawings.
Yeah, for third grade.
Yeah, third
now,
graders.
let me just ask you a common sense question. Seriously, I don't know. Why do we even have sex education in school? We should be teaching kids to read and write.
Exactly.
And maybe a gym class, maybe social studies, maybe history. But why do we have...
These teachers...
That's up to the parents to teach their kids about that
100%.
stuff. That's their
teachers,
values.
The teachers in general don't have... they're not good at even teaching that math.
No.
Well, that's the thing. If we bring
everybody-
school choice, then they're gonna be forced to compete.
There you
Public's still
go.
gonna be
That
forced
is
to compete.
now
So
there-
it's a school
yeah.
union.
Samir-
You can't get rid of bad teachers.
Yeah, well, what
Yeah.
Samir hit on right there is exactly what I'll be pushing in a school choice. Okay, take your taxpayer dollars and go educate your kid where you think it's appropriate. And
It's
I
amazing
guarantee-
we can't get that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, because these teacher
Democrats
unions,
don't want that.
no, they don't
no,
want that. No, not at all.
They want public schools to be a bunch of degenerate,
Well, anywhere they do
a bunch
implement it,
of
it improves the
weird
schools
teachers.
dramatically.
Yeah, it's indoctrination
Oh, yeah.
centers. You know,
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're trying to indoctrinate our kids into their, And again, what I said earlier, you can never make liberal happy. So they want that misery going through to our children. You know. Yeah.
If you can turn a kid trans, they'll vote blue later.
Yeah, so did y'all see that weird Mayor Eric Adams of NYC is buying up all these billboards in Florida saying, hey, if you can't read dirty books to kids in 3rd grade in Florida, come up here to New York.
Yeah.
We should be advertising too.
What a weirdo.
Go, get out
Yeah,
of
get
here.
out of here.
Absolutely right.
Take off.
If you've got a degenerate parent that's that freaking twisted that wants their kid to have porn and so-called, it's just basically soft.
Do you know how
porn.
many trans kids are in this country?
You know what?
None.
Because
Yeah,
there isn't
Only
any.
parents that should be in jail.
That's exactly right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
That's
exactly.
But I seen a study, of actual percentages of gays and trans and all this other thing that people think. It's just such a small. But you would think the average person would think, oh my gosh, it's in front of us every day. But it's that constant pushing of that agenda.
It's a fraction of a fraction of a fraction.
That's
of a percent.
exactly
Yeah.
right.
But nowadays,
But then when you go to little kids who don't know any better and tell them, hey, kid, what
now-
gender are you?
Yeah,
you think
now-
you're a boy or a
nowadays
girl?
these people
Then
are
they're going to
getting
go crazy.
Nowadays, these people are getting all this attention. They're talking about it in the news. They're talking
Yeah.
about it in school. They're giving
Yeah.
it special attention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so kids are going, hey, maybe I'm that because they want
Exactly.
some attention.
Yeah.
So these are the kids that are going to fall into it. They're going to get some kind of operation,
Uh-huh.
and then later on go, what did I do?
And-
And then they're going to kill themselves.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
And
that's
that's
been
why the
happening now.
suicide, the
Yeah.
suicide rates amongst the
Yeah.
supposedly trans
like
people.
50%.
Yeah. Half of them. Half of the
Yeah.
people that changed their
Yeah.
their gender supposedly
And
killed themselves.
Adios.
Yeah. See ya.
I heard somebody put that statistic and then put the song in the background. Oh, halfway there.
Yeah.
That's messed up, of course. We don't condone suicide.
No.
Okay, if you feel like you have bad thoughts, contact the suicide prevention hotline.
Well, if these people are
Yeah.
that weird, that
Yeah.
young, imagine how many kids they could potentially infect and screw up.
Well,
better off without 'em.
it's their parents,
Yeah.
It's their parents never teaching them, never putting them into church, never teaching them right or wrong, never giving them a solid moral foundation, never telling them about the greatness of our country, never giving them a purpose in their life. Okay, they sit them in front of a flipping TV and a computer screen, and they don't pay attention to them. They go